Okay, ladies and gentlemen, one of the things, I promised this video. It's been a long week. I mean, I haven't slept for the last 30 days trying to do this part-time at night and then, still process 70, 80 loans. I mean, we're already, getting calls on a daily basis with, 6, 7, 8 loans, and you're trying to process it. And I think that human beings are not made to have that much data go through. So I'll do the best that I can, and hopefully, you will see what we did. I'm just going to give you a simple breakdown of our CRM. So this is where, on an individual basis, these are all custom programming, so it's not like it can be bought or replicated. It's going to be a little difficult. But what we did is we put all the information into a CRM. So, if you wanted to see the third party, you wanted to see his hotel, if you wanted to see their real estate schedule, you can create a real estate schedule within, and you will see a list. And I'll just kind of show you real quick how it works. So we want to create a new real estate schedule, and it pops up into the window. It's a little slower because it's a lot of info to pass on. So it will pop up with all the debt schedule. And I'm doing this on the blank because a lot of our clients, basically it's confidentiality, so we just wanted to make sure. And this will be all their date, loan number, and then with attachments that will be, their mortgage statement. Now, some of you may think that, for one client it may be too much. And I'm not saying that this is for everybody, but, for our wealthier clients, this is what we do. Then in this, what I call the loan verb, we've got a place that we get our credit report, and it's integrated into the CRM. We got NATCO, so, the senior partners and regular partners can kind of look up all the rules. SBA SOP is automatically integrated. We got a workspace, which basically it goes into our workspace where we communicate with the lenders. So, and we wrote it in a way that is really just for and I'm just going to give you a summary brief here, for the underwriters, right? Because all of us senior guys, I mean, we want things to move faster, but we don't really sometimes often see the underwriter's point of view. So, we go in here, we've got about 60 loans to process here. So I wanted to kind of go through one example of a loan. Let me see. So I'll use an example here. I'm doing one, and I'm going to make sure that we get approval from the client that we're sharing this. So basically, if you think about the flow through of our information that we're giving out to the underwriter is this. One is an executive summary. And on this example, it's Hami Bank. So they get to see the underwriting that we created, okay? So in here, we have a credit report. We have the credit report of the two borrowers. We got the property report. And I think this is kind of surprising. People would like this. Actually, will like this quite a lot. So basically, it opens up the report right on the workspace. So the underwriter actually can get all detailed reports of this. So I'll use an example. This is created by Reese. And I do a lot of business with lawyers' title. So, this is from me. This is a subject property. This is the APN number. And so what it does is it answers these questions. Okay. It is like, okay, what's the property? Where's the location? When was it built? So the underwriter doesn't go all over the place trying to find something. See, what a lot of people don't think about, we need to empathize with one another a little more because we need to see everybody's job and what their functions are. So when you go and when you see that that person doesn't have to do so much brain damage looking for things, it could tell you everything, okay? The next would be, it goes into the workspace where the executive summary actually is, where Canvas gives you the global point of view. So in that, you can go in and see the property. And you can actually, this is interactive map. So you can actually go in and go look at all angles of this video, okay? So he doesn't look at the property conditions. I mean, he can see. I mean, if somebody's dying in the corner, I mean, we got a bad property. Then the next space will be the breakdown of the company, who it is. Since SBA raised their number of data, then what happens is that you have to kind of visualize the different companies. Sometimes you have companies with different name than the tax entity, than the owner of the entity, and it just goes on. So, there, what we can do is we can actually break it down by adding a different entity. See? So let's say that that's a Holiday Inn, but the holding company is Johnson Johnson, and then let's say the operating company is Samuel Johnson. I'm just using that as an example. At least you got a visual, okay, of what the individual entity is. And so sometimes, I would say all times, we have to write a global underwriting. You get to see everything there on a single page. And then, what we're doing is we're adding the documents such as business license, biannual meetings on the right side. So the underwriter has all the items there, okay? Next is all the documents, related tax documents. And it's powered by Box.net on the enterprise level. So what happens is that rather than going and losing documents and trying to look through your email, you're going through a central place that nobody can erase the data. You can upload another one, but that will be another personal financial statement or another breakdown of the report. So even if, a client stopped, now I wanted to let you guys know, this is available for 10 years in encryption. So that means if the underwriter has to drop it because the borrower is not responding, then when he goes back, in 10 minutes, he'll know exactly where he is, okay? This is like Hami's checklist, okay? And this goes on, So what we'll do is we will let people know that this is a checklist, okay? And this is the FMP's checklist. I didn't open that up. That's, here is the collection of information with all the videos to how to do things. This is the benefit analysis. I did a SWOT, okay? So that is pretty much what our system is. Now, I've got, then for us, we have to do additional for some of the hedge funds that we're going to be bringing into the market. So you've got Experian. We have to do analyticals and portfolio analysis of all the loans that we're doing for an individual institution. Next is we've got SharePoint, which is kind of an internal intranet documentation, okay? We've got Baker Hill Analyticals, which is the analyzing of someone's balance sheets, and it gives you kind of a wider perspective of the credit. We've got RMA Portal, which is, some of you may not understand, RMA is really a standard of risk management, and that is worldwide accepted. That means somebody in China versus somebody in USA from somebody in Africa has made a national exception, a global exception of what risk is. So they compile data both in the securities and on risk management on debt that gives you. Now we have a portal system so we can look up. Third, we have Reese, which is we can look up a property, any property. Then we have Grubb and Ellis, so we can look up if it's individual hotels. We're going to have star reports and research here, CB Richard Ellis. Now, I know a lot of people are wondering what this has to do with it. Well, you have to ask yourself one simple question, okay? If you think you can deliver $300 to $500 million worth of loans, you have to ask yourself, through email systems, how much detailed information can your brain possibly hold? Exactly. Ask yourself that logical question because you can't. It is nearly impossible. And in a given day, an average senior guys are receiving 180 to 200 emails per day. Plus, I'm receiving, maybe some guys are receiving 15, 20, 30 texts. And they're getting probably 25 to 30 calls. With everybody not empathizing with the end user, whoever's receiving that communication, to possibly remember every single detail. So when people say that they're going to deliver $300 and $400 million, I would like to know how. This is just one of many systems that we've got. And so that's why I've always said to both the hedge funds and the banks that we've talked to, 300 million, no problem. But the question is, how do you deliver? Because if you deliver an email with an entity of 20, I promise you, you will never get the loan done. The end recipient, underwriters, is what we considered when we wrote this program. And a lot of these things that may not even apply, I like to have the clients watch because I think they need to see what the end product that we have to create. So thank you very much. And you will see quite a lot of loans being delivered tonight. Thank you.